friends. Hopefully, all of you are fine. And today we have to continue our previous lecture or the previous unit that we were discussing. Yes, we were discussing the seventh unit, similarities and differences, East and West, and we discussed different ideas as well, that how Eastern society and Western society both are changed from each other, and how they possess different type of concepts and ideas related to the same things. And we discussed the concept of the living style, and we also discussed the different dishes and the food and the cuisine that are eaten by the Western people, and those Eastern, actually those dishes belong to the Eastern society. But we also discussed that it doesn't mean that when you are applying that trend and the tradition or the culture of the other countries, it means you are totally immersed in with that particular area or particular region. So we discussed that how east is east and west is west, and how they are different from each other. We in the very starting discussed that how the concept of the owl is different in the eastern region, and while how the concept of the owl is different in the western region as well. So we in the starting different discussed that how owl is considered as a sign of the wisdom and the knowledge and foresight in the western countries, while in the eastern countries we eastern people do not consider the symbol and the sign of the owl as the best sign, and we associate it with the foolishness and with the stupidity as well. So in our region we mostly dislike the owl bird or the animal, while in the region of the western countries they like and appreciate the characteristics of the owl, and they try to make different type of the logos from the that owl, and they mostly admire the eyes of the owl as well, and different type of the kids toys and the clothes or the manufacturers are also have the different type of the logos of these owls, and those logos contain the eyes of the owls as well. Now we have to see the different other concepts, that how in the eastern and the western countries or the western region, how the different things or the other things contain and possess the different ideas and concept beside the concept of the owl. So we discussed in the starting the concept of the owl. Now we have to discuss other concept as well. Now we will start from the concept of the weather. Weather too holds different meanings for the dwellers, means residents of the east and the west. Now weather has the different ideas and concept for the eastern and the western societies as well. We primarily owing to geographical separation, while rains are generally welcomed in the east with much fervor in joy, heralding means sign or the symbol, freshness, fertility, and a new start on life. So in our eastern region, we people welcome the rains or the rainy weather. We people like the rainy weather because we associate it as a sign and the symbol of the fertility, and the sign and the symbol of the new start of the life. And whenever we see rainy weather and rainy season, we enjoy a lot, we entertain a lot, we become fresh, and we say that it shows a freshness and it is a sign of the freshness. So in eastern context, the rainy season or the rainy weather is mostly admired and celebrated and welcomed warmly as well. Now we have to see they hold quite a different meaning in the west. While in the context of the west, the rainy weather is contains different ideas and concepts. Their rainy weather is generally described in literature is cold, dark, bleak, grey, dull, etc. So whatever is good for we people, whatever is entertaining and joyful for we people, it is not for the Western people. So rainy season in the literature of the Western is called is a cold, is the sign of the cold, and is the sign of the darkness, is the sign of the dull and the grey. So they associate all of the negative terms, negative concepts, and they do not like the rainy weather. That's why different type of the negative ideas and opinions and perspectives are associated with the uh, rainy weather, and is used to symbolize these very things. So for the Western people, the rainy weather is not good. Quite a lot of their songs and poetry use rain as metaphor. metaphor is a literary term that is used for comparison of two things, and those two things are totally changed from each other. On the basis of the same characteristics, we associate or we compare certain concepts with each other. For example, if I say you are lying, it means I am associating and comparing two different things, the person and the lion. Lion is an animal. I am comparing two different things directly with each other. When we say someone that you are a lion, it means we say that he is a bold or she is a bold. So we want to show the boldness of someone, and we want to appreciate the boldness of the someone. At that time we are comparing two different categories, two different type of the we can say the animals are the two different generations we compare with each other on the basis of the same characteristics. So metaphor is used for the literary term that is used for the comparison of two different things. So for melancholy, now it is said that in literature or in the songs and the poetry of the Western people, they mostly used rainy weather as a sign and the symbol of the melancholy or metaphor. They metaphorically used the rainy weather in their poetries and songs in order to show the sorrowful nature, in order to show the sadness, and in order to show the melancholy. The sun and consequently summer in our part of the world mostly stand for hot, humid weather and stuffy, sweaty condition. Now, we Eastern people are very much fatigued of the summer season. We do not like summer season. The number one thing is that it is too long and lengthy, and we also suffer from the high temperature as well. It signs it is considered as a symbol of the hotness, and we suffer from the sweaty conditions as well. So we do not like the summer. So we have many issues, and because of these issues we do not like the summer. We mostly like the winter vacation. While in the case of the western countries or the western region, they associate all of the positive ideas and concepts with the summer weather, and they also appreciate this season as well. Now it is also written here that the sun and consequently summer in our part of the world mostly stand for hot, humid weather and stuffy, sweaty condition, but signify life and vitality in the West. So, in the context of the West, they think that and they associate and their view is that the season of the summer is a sign and the symbol of the vitality and life. Whatever was vitality and whatever was the sign of the life, we have in the for the season of uh, for the rainy weather, it was totally changed in the western context. While whatever is not good for we people, whatever is not liked by we people, that and we dislike anything that is good for the western people. This delhi explains why the sunny weather forecast is met with apprehension here and zeal in the west. So it shows that we eastern people do not consider the season of the summer is good, and while in the case of the western society, apprehension means alarming. They mostly associate good concepts and good ideas with the season of summer. Similarly, autumn is much glorified in Western literature due to the brilliant colors it lends to the atmosphere. Similarly, we people do not like the autumn season, and Western people like the autumn season, and they glorify the glorification of the glorification and the celebration of the autumn season can be seen from their literature as well, where they glorify and where they appreciate this season there. And in the context of the Western people, the season or the weather of the autumn uh, brings too much freshness in their atmosphere, and it brings many colorful. We can it gives many colors to the trees as well. So they associate good concept with the weather of the autumn. Whereas in the east, it is very much a symbol of the sorrow, decay, old age. While in our context in the east, all of the greenery of the trees is nowhere, and it shows a symbol of the sorrowness, it shows the symbol of the death as well, and it shows the symbol of the old age as well. So we people do not like the weather of autumn. Winter in the west is long, dark, and dreary, but we who are the victims of the sweltering summer sun welcome it with much relief and respite, and radially associate it with the pleasure of munching on nuts. Respite means break, and munching means eat, are eating. So in our context, we eastern people mostly like the winter season, because we are the victims of the sweaty condition, sweltering, and we suffer from the hot temperature and high temperature of the summer. So we welcome the winter season, and winter season is good for we people, and we celebrate this winter season as well. While in the case of the western people, they do not like the winter. For them it is a sign and the symbol of the darkness, dreary, and they mostly avoid, and they mostly criticize this weather again. So for them this weather is not good, and for we people it is a relief, and it is a break from the long summer and from the long sweaty condition as well. And we celebrate it a lot, and we get a lot of other things to eat in this good weather that is called as a that is the weather of the winter. The case of the full moon is no different. Similarly, uh, whenever we have full moon in the eastern region, we associate positive things there. We usually associate positive things with the full moon, sing songs and compose couplets in its price, and correlate it with beauty. So in our context, whenever we have the full moon in the night, we people associate all of the good concepts and good things, and we appreciate the beauty of the full moon as well. And our poets and poets also compose different type of the songs and different type of the couplets is the poetry in the two lines, and in order to praise, in order to admire the beauty of the full moon. So we have many poetry as well on the full moon, and many songs as well on the full moon, and each and everyone appreciates the beauty of the full moon. So we like the full moon in our context, in our region. On the other side of the world, the full moon is mostly seen as a sign of foreboding. Foreboding means that something is going to something bad is going to happen. It is the feelings that something bad will happen. That is foreboding, and imminent evil. Whenever in the Western context they see the full moon, they think that now the something bad will happen. Other bad feelings come in their mind, that now the something, yeah, some evil things or some bad thing will happen in their life, and it is a sign of the bad things are imminent evils. Colors hold their own different meaning. Similarly, colors have different meaning. White is accepted color of mourning in the East. In our context, the white color is used whenever we have the deaths, and whenever anybody dies. At that time, the people wear the white. Color dresses. Similarly, we can see this thing in the context of the India as well, that whenever any person dies at the death of that person, their wives and the other family members also wear the white dresses. So it is a symbol of the mourning, or it is a symbol of the sadness, it is a symbol of the death as well. White color symbolizes death and mourning in our context, in Eastern context, but it is very color that Western brides wear on their wedding. But in the context of the Western people, they used white color for the brides as well. So the dressing of the brides are mostly in the wedding in the white color in the Western countries. trees. So they have so this white color has a good feeling and good type of the concepts and ideas in the western countries. That's why the it is used by the brides on their wedding nights as well. So much for the fusion of the culture. So there is too much fusion of the culture, there is too much mixture of the cultures, both culture are changed from each other. Another odd perception is the color of the eyes. Another thing that is very much that contains and that have the very much dissimilar ideas in the eastern and the western context is the color of the eyes. That what is the color of your eyes? Black eyes are traditionally associated with feminine beauty and mystery in the east. In our context, we people like black eyes. The one who possesses the black eyes is mostly admired and is considered as a beautiful, and it is also said that it is a sign of the feminine beauty as well. And those black eyes also contain some mystery uh, as well. So these different type of the concepts are related with the black color eyes in the eastern context. In the west, however, black eyes signify evil. So western people do not like the black eyes. They think that it is a omen of the something bad, something evil, and they have the concept that black eyes show that something bad will happen. So in their context, black eyes are not admired, and they do not welcome the black eyes color as well. Of course, if one were to carry out even a perfunctory, this means carried out without a real interest, perfunctory. Search on the net for the different symbolic undertones that animals, seasons, and colors hold for mankind in the eastern and the western halves of the world. One would surely come across a dozen more examples of the Great Divide. Now, it is written here that if someone is not much interested to search out much on the internet, but just search out these concepts like different concepts of the eastern and western people related to animals, related to seasons, and related to colors, you will get a lot of differences in both of the regions of the world, that how they contain different types and different type of the ideas and concepts, and how these things symbolize it differently for eastern and western people. Nevertheless, these could do for the time being to convince us that Rudyard Kipling's statement does hold true. So we can say that on the basis of all this discussion, that whatever Rudyard Kipling said in the very starting, that east is east and west is west, and never the twain shall meet. It is very much true. We can accept this thing, that east is totally changed from the west and west is totally changed from the east. So both of these regions can never mix with each other, can never amalgamate with each other. They are totally changed from each other, they are totally divided from each other. So we can say we have proved that the Rudyard Kipling is saying in the quotation is very much true, and it holds the true concepts and the idea that east will never mix with the west, and west will never mix with the east, because they have the different type of the living style, they have the different concepts and ideas related to different things. Now we have to provide the answers of these questions. Three questions are given. You have to write down the answers of all these three questions. This is your task. You have to do this task by yourself. I'm going to explain each and everything, and you will submit the answers of all these questions to me on the Google Classroom, where you have to submit the answer of these questions. Number one question is, what categories are used for comparison between the East and the West in the article? Now, see, we discussed different categories, the different things that were used in order to compare the different concepts and ideas of the Eastern and the Western people. In the very starting, there was the category of the animal, then there we have the categories of the weather, then we have the category of the eye color, then we have the color of the dresses. There were the different concepts of the on the color of the dresses as well. So these are the different categories that were used in order to compare the concepts of eastern and western people. So in this way you can give the list of those categories that are used in this article for comparing comparison purpose. Now, then we have the second question, that is, why do you think seasons have different impact on the mood of the people in the in the east and the west. Now, what is your opinion that why these seasons have a different type of the impacts and effects on the mood of the people? Why people uh, have different concepts and ideas related to the seasons? For example, whatever the good season was for we people, it was totally changed in the context of the western people. So why do you think seasons have different impact on the mood of the people? Is there any reason that seasons have different impact on the mood of the people in the eastern and the western concept? So you have to provide the answer here that how these seasons have a different impacts on the eastern and the western people, and what type of the different impacts these seasons have on the mood of the people. Like in the eastern context, in if we talk about our context, our region, that we people mostly like the winter season, and we enjoy a lot. Now we have to give the reason that why do we like the winter season and why do we don't like the summer season. We will give different reasons in cases there, that in winter season we do not have the electricity issues in our context. If we talk about this thing, electricity city issues, and we do not suffer from the sweating conditions as well, and we do not have the high temperature in the winter seasons. We have the different type of the eating things as well, fresh things, fresh vegetables, and we do not have the sweating conditions, and we enjoy this season a lot. In this way you have to provide the different type of the examples that why these seasons have different impact on the mood of the people. Then we have third question, that is, can the difference in the interpretation of colors, seasons, and other categories be attributed to the geographical location of the east and the west? What do you think that Eastern and the Western people have different interpretation, different concepts related to color, seasons, and other categories? What is your opinion that it is just because of the geographical location that we Eastern people are geographically changed from the Western people? That is why that we people have the different concepts and ideas related to color, seasons, and other categories. Or if yes, how? Then you have to provide. If you think that geographically there is geographical reasons that we people have different type of the concepts and ideas related to the different categories, then how? You have to write down there. If you think that no, it is not because of the geographical location, what else can it be attributed to? Then what do you think why we Eastern and the Western people have a different interpretation and different analysis and different perspectives related to color, season, and other categories? So you have to give answer of this question in an appropriate way. When you will write down the answers of all these questions, at that time you have to directly write down the answer of the questions by giving the numbers 1 2 3, or you can again copy paste these question there, but your answer should be from your side. Once you have to read this lesson completely, and after reading you will understand each and everything, and then you have to write down the answers of these questions, but answer should be from your own side. You have to use your own language in order to explain whatever you want to say, but the information should be from this article or these different type of the passages that we have discussed. Then we have other type of the questions are the exercises. Yes. Now here the different categories are given here, like colors, animals, body gestures, facial expressions, numbers. You have to choose any one category from these given categories, and then you have to tell and you have to write down that how the Eastern people have different concepts about that particular category. For example, you are going for the colors. So we have discussed white color here in the this article. You can search out on the internet for other colors as well, that what does the red color means, or what are the different concepts of the red color in the Eastern societies, and what are the different concepts of the red color in the Western societies. What is the different concept of the green color in the Eastern society, and what is the different what are the different perspectives of the green color in the Western societies? In this way you have to write down. You can go on the internet, you can search out there as well, and you will get lot of information there that as well. These are the different type of the categories you are given. You have to select any one category from these categories, and then you have to tell that how Eastern people think differently for that particular category. For example, if you're talking about the animals, again you cannot just discuss the owl. You can go for the other animals as well. We have many other animals that have the different meanings in the Eastern context and the Western context as well. Similarly, body gestures, special expressions, and numbers have also different meanings and different concepts in the Eastern and the Western region. So you have to select any one category, then you have to write down that how these Eastern people contain different ideas and different opinions about the particular category that you are selecting, and how the Western people have the different ideas and concept about that particular category. In this way, you have to give the answer of this question as well. So you have the three previous questions that you are supposed to give answers, and this will be like your fourth question that you are supposed to give answer here as well. So you are given the fourth question, you have to write down the answer of these four questions, and then you can submit me on the Google Classroom. Then I will tell you that how you are going, in which way you are going, and where you should improve yourself. So this was the topic that we were supposed to discuss today. In the next class we will go for the other topic, and that topic has also relation with this lesson as well, because in the third activity, that is identification and use of connecting words, we will discuss in the coming class in the next week the different type of the connecting and linking words. Then we will come again here in this book, in this unit, in this lesson, and we will find out and we will see the different type of the connecting words that are used in this lesson. So this is that this topic we will discuss in the next class. So we have discussed and finished our this class, this topic. Now if you have any question related to the this lesson and whatever we have discussed, you can ask the question. Otherwise we should wind up now. We should end the meeting now. Yes, yes Said.
मैम
मैम
ये स्लाइड कहाँ मिलेगी?
क्या कहाँ मिलेगी?
ये लेसन वाली स्लाइड।
ये लेसन जो है ये आपको मैंने आपके सियाह को वो बुक शेयर कर दिया था, वो आपको बुक देगा वहां से ही, वहां से आप देख
अच्छा
लीजिए।
मैम,
ये स्लाइड नहीं है, ये सारा बुक है पीडीएफ में।
ठीक है मैम।
ठीक है,
मैम
यस जी।
would you please share this recording on the Google Classroom?
Let me see if I can. We do not have the facility to share this link on the your LMS because they haven't updated the LMS, and that's why I'm not doing this. Otherwise, I would have finished my task on the LMS as well, but they haven't updated, so it was impossible to share the links of these lectures with you. I will try to share the link of this lecture as well on the Google Classroom. I will try.
Yes ma'am, thank you.
Okay, anyone else?
कर देना,
जी बाबा।
YouTube पे अपलोड कर दे मैम।
YouTube पे डायरेक्टली अपलोड नहीं, मैं पहले YouTube पे ही वो करती हूँ, लेकिन लिंक जब बन जाती है तो वो लिंक आप लोगों के साथ शेयर कर लेती हूँ।
ओके।
जैसे प्रीवियसली क्या था, प्रीवियसली ये हुआ था कि मैं जो भी लिंक बनाती थी वहां पे YouTube पे वो मैं LMS पे रख देती थी। अब ये है कि LMS इन्होंने अभी तक अपडेट नहीं किया है, इसलिए वहां पे नहीं रख पा रहे हैं हम, वरना मैं वहां पे रख देती।
ओके मैम।
Okay, anyone else? If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, I should end the meeting now.
मैम ये जो आप काम वगैरह दे रही हैं, इनको कोई मार्क्स वगैरह या फिर ये प्रैक्टिसिंग के लिए फॉर द प्रिपरेशन ऑफ द एग्जाम के लिए सारा जो आप करवा रही
ये
हैं?
आपकी इसमें प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगी और आपको हेल्प अपने पेपर्स में ज़ाहिर करेंगे। आप अभी से आप लोग काम करेंगे तो आपको पता होगा कि किस तरीके से कैसे चीज़ें करनी है, क्योंकि अगेन वी डोंट नो अबाउट द मेथड ऑफ द पेपर्स, इधर वी आर गोइंग फॉर द फिजिकल पेपर्स और ऑनलाइन पेपर्स, वी डू नॉट नो एनीथिंग। तो इसलिए बेहतर है कि अभी से आप लोग इसकी प्रैक्टिस कर लें। कुछ भी पता नहीं किसी चीज़ का, ये आपके लिए अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है, आपको समझ में आ जाएंगी चीज़ें, उसी वक्त आप पे ज़्यादा बर्डन नहीं होगा।
मैम ऐसे यूनिवर्सिटी खोलने का कोई आसरा है?
हमें खुद तो कुछ नहीं पता। किसी को कुछ नहीं पता?
अच्छा मैम, ये जब चाहे सबमिट करवा दें या फिर इसकी कोई फिक्स डेट होगी?
इसके यू कैन सबमिट टिल संडे। मंडे पे आप
ठीक
लोगों की
मैम,
क्लास है तो संडे तक आप लोग सबमिट करवा दें।
ठीक है मैम।
यस, एनीवन एल्स?
मैंने क्वेश्चन था ना जो कलर वाला था, उसमें एक ही कलर हम देंगे या सारे कलर है, ग्रीन था, व्हाइट था?
नहीं, आपको 2-3 कलर, जैसे व्हाइट का तो यहाँ जिक्र हो गया है तो आप व्हाइट को छोड़ दें। उसके अलावा जो दूसरे कलर हैं, जैसे रेड कलर है, जैसे ब्लू कलर है, जैसे ग्रीन कलर है, जैसे येलो कलर है, इस तरीके से अगर 5 to 4 अगेन वहाँ आप नेट पे सर्च करेंगे तो आपको मिल जाएंगे, डायरेक्टली लिखे हुए हैं वहाँ पे। तो वो आप 4 to 5 कलर्स वहाँ पे से लेंगे और पढ़ेंगे और फिर अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे कि ईस्टर्न कॉन्टेक्स्ट में कैसे चेंज है उनके कॉन्सेप्ट और वेस्टर्न कॉन्टेक्स्ट में कैसे चेंज है।
वो वाली जो नेट वाली थी,
क्या कह रहे हैं आप?
मैं अपनी
वहां से आप पढ़ेंगे, आइडियाज लेंगे, लेकिन
तो
अगेन
जो नेट वाली
आपकी
थी वो मिलेगी हमें डायरेक्टली?
वर्ड्स, आपकी वोकेबलरी और सेंटेंस फॉर्मेशन होगी वो आपकी अपनी साइड से होगी, एग्जैक्ट कॉपी नहीं कीजिएगा नेट से। आप आइडिया लें, बाकी चीजें आप
जी
अपने
जी
हिसाब से लिखें।
जी जी, ठीक है मैम।
जैसे कुछ उर्दू में तो समझाए ना।
छा समझाएं उर्दू में बाबा? चुप जाओ।
मैम आप ये कोशिश करके मैम ये सेंड कर दीजिए ना इसकी वीडियो।
लिंक?
जैसे
हाँ, मैं
इतना कुछ
भेज
के अंदर
दूंगी।
भी समझा देती तो
मैम
अच्छा होता ना।
जी।
जी,
हाँ मैम, ये अगर गूगल क्लासरूम पे अगर ये आप वीडियो शेयर
इतना
कर
बड़ा
सकती है ना तो फिर हमारे लिए बहुत आसानी हो जाएगी।
चलो ठीक है, मैं कोशिश करती हूँ आज कर लूँ, ठीक है
ठीक है, मैं से लेती हूँ, समझा
मैम
दीजिए।
जी।
मैम इहो कॉन्सेप्ट थोरो तव्हां ॿुधाईंदा हुते छा ते होमवर्क थियणो आहे? मां अवेलेबल न हुयमि, थोरो बिज़ी।
किॾे विया हो तव्हां?
मैम मजबूरी हुई, थोरो ॿाहिरि निकितल आहियां।
तव्हां लेसन असां जेको लास्ट टाइम शुरू कयोसीं, यूनिट 7 सिमिलरिटीज़ एंड डिफरेंसेस ईस्ट एंड वेस्ट, उन जो ई सेम होमवर्क आहे। उन जा 3 सवाल ॾिनल आहिनि ऐं चोथों ॿियो सवाल आहे कैटेगरीज़ जे बारे में। 3 सवाल जेके ॾिनल आहिनि, स्टार्टिंग में उन्हनि सवालनि जा तव्हांखे जवाब ॾियणा आहिनि, लिखणा आहिनि। हाणे सवाल तव्हां पाण पढ़िजो कहिड़ा आहिनि। पहिरां तव्हांखे पूरो लेसन पढ़णो आहे, लेसन पढ़ंदव पोइ तव्हांखे सवाल बि सम्झ अची वेंदा, पोइ उन्हनि जा तव्हांखे जवाब लिखणा आहिनि। पहिरियां सवाल ईज़ी आहे, उन में कैटेगरीज़ तव्हांखे लिखणियूं आहिनि त कहिड़ियूं कैटेगरीज़ यूज़ थियूं आहिनि हिन लेसन जे अंदरि। ॿिए सवाल में वरी जेको आहे उहा नीचे पुछी विया आहिनि त इम्पैक्ट डिफरेंट जेको सीज़न जा हूंदा आहिनि माण्हुनि जे मूड ते कीअं हूंदा आहिनि ऐं छो हूंदा आहिनि, उहो लिखणो आहे। 3 सवाल में वरी तव्हांखे माना इहो ॿुधाइणो आहे त जेको डिफरेंट इंटरप्रिटेशन आहे सीज़न्स जी या कलर्स वग़ैरह जी, जेका असां ईस्टर्न वेस्टर्न सोसाइटीज़ में उहा सिर्फ़ु जोग्राफिकल लोकेशन चेंज हुजण जे करे आहे या ॿी कंहिं शइ जे करे, तव्हांजो छा पंहिंजो पर्सपेक्टिव आहे उहो ॾियणो आहे। तव्हां छा था सम्झो सिर्फ़ु असां जोग्राफिकल हिक ॿिए खां चेंज आहे, उन जे करे असांजा आइडियाज़ चेंज आहिनि हिक ॿिए खां, या कुझु ॿियो रीज़न आहे। छो जो असां सिर्फ़ु जोग्राफिकल चेंज जे करे न, असां वटि कल्चर बि अलॻि आहे, असांजो रिलीजन बि अलॻि आहे, असांजो लिविंग स्टाइल बि अलॻि आहे। इहे शयूं बि माण्हुनि जे माइंड ते इलाही इफेक्ट कंदियूं आहिनि ऐं इन्हनि शयुनि जे करे बि असांजा पर्सपेक्टिव हिक ॿिए खां चेंज हूंदा आहिनि। जेको कल्चर असां वटि आहे या जेको रिलीजन असांजो आहे, ज़ाहिर आहे उहो वेस्टर्न वटि न आहे, त इन्हनि शयुनि जो बि असरु पवंदो आहे ऐं इन्हनि शयुनि जे करे बि असांजा कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऐं आइडिया जेके हूंदा आहिनि कलर्स जे बारे में, सीज़न्स जे बारे में या ॿियूं जेके डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज़ आहिनि उन्हनि जे बारे में हिक ॿिए खां चेंज हूंदा आहिनि। अहिड़े तरीक़े सां तव्हांखे इहो लिखणो आहे, सिर्फ़ु असां जोग्राफिकली हिक ॿिए खां चेंज हुजण जे करे हिक ॿिए खां आइडियाज़ असांजा चेंज आहिनि या कुझु ॿियूं शयूं आहिनि, ईअं तव्हांखे उन्हनि सां
मैम
होपफुली
या
सम्झी विया हूंदा।
ॿिन्हिनि